Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to my peoples and my guys, look alive, look alive. It's your boy Akaricha or Judge Galvatron presiding. You are all my witnesses and jury. You may all be seated. If you're not already, court is now in session. Okay, so the title of this video is Should Joseph Diaz be brought up on charges? Now, I got a call the other day while I was in the courtroom residing over a couple of cases that was going to be on my future docket. Make sure you guys check out the funniest show on YouTube, Boxing Night Court, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Not Monday, Fridays when stuff is happening. We don't do early in the week like old dudes. We are young, vibrant men, and the weekends is our playground. I'll leave the weekdays to the old timers. But anyway, we wanted to know if Joseph Diaz should be brought up on charges. And there's a pretty strong case there. There's a pretty strong case there, Joseph Diaz. You didn't make weight. You came in at 134 or 133.6 when you try to shed the weight. But I knew that wasn't fully the reasoning, because like a lot of us in the pandemic, and I know people's like, wow, I thought that you was going to bang the gavel on Joseph Diaz. Like a lot of us in the pandemic, a lot of us found love. A lot of us found love in the pandemic. I'm not against that. I'm not against that. If anything, I'm for you this is a great time for you to be with that one person that you really care about. This is a great time to be with that, because look, you ain't got time to be with this chick and then that chick and then you got to get vaccinated. I'm just keeping it real with you. I'm just keeping it real. Be safer for you to just deal with one or the ones that you've been dealing with, if you was dealing with anybody before the pandemic. But a lot of people, they really took somebody seriously and found love. Joseph Diaz ain't no exception to the rule. He was running around like every other boxer. He found love in the pandemic, and now he's expecting his first child. During this whole thing, he was expecting his first child. We have to take that in consideration. That's a big deal. That's a very big deal. I kind of figured that was happening when I seen the Access weight, and he admitted it in a post-fight interview that it was kind of hard making a weight and being with somebody that you love. Duh, because if she's pregnant, all that means is all of the stuff that she can't finish or eat, you gonna eat. I seen it with my older brothers and sisters. I seen it with friends and all of that. I know what time it is. To be honest with you, it's kind of a boxer's worst nightmare if you're really on your game. That is kind of like, to be domesticated. Yeah, it motivates you. It's a negative and a positive, like I always say with everything. Yeah, the positive from it, you might fight harder. You may train harder. You may take things more seriously, just life overall. And you're not just living for yourself no more. At the same time, the bad part about it is now it's constant temptation. It's constant food around you. Your girlfriend's not going to say, a good girlfriend ain't going to stop feeding you. A good girlfriend ain't going to stop feeding you. She never going to tell her man no. In my judgment, you ain't got to listen to me, but in my judgment, I feel as though a really good girlfriend, she's not going to tell you no. She's going to give you whatever you want, and your ass just going to be fat. You just going to be stuck there fat, like, how am I going to make this weight? Now, a solid dude could get away with it. A solid dude could get away with it because maybe he had been training through all of that. And he's not that far away from the weight. I mean, 4 pounds, that ain't crazy bad, but you still got to make weight. You know how hard you work to get this. I picked you against Tevin Farmer, and I actually like Tevin Farmer as a person. I love watching the videos with him and his girlfriend. You know what I mean? Especially last year before the pandemic when they was trying to fix the house. and all of that and things like that when they bought their new crib and stuff like that. So it was hard for me to actually even go against Tevin Farmer. I just remember JoJo from the amateurs, and I know what type of pedigree he got. You know what I mean? His dad trained him out of a book and brought him to the top level. So anything is possible. His dad had no boxing experience. It was just a will and a way, plus a book. So, like I said, much credit to JoJo Diaz. He even has an interesting story. But I'm just saying, to work this hard just to go right back to the drawing board. I mean, maybe it's time for 135, bro. Because, you know what I mean? You got a girl, she's pregnant, y'all about to be a family. I got to keep it real with you, bro. If anything, the cravings and food and stuff is only going to grow worse. You know what I mean? So I think that it's time to move up. Now, if you didn't have all of this, like a baby and all of this coming up, I would say, like, yo, maybe we could get it back. Plus, we got to remember, it's not like things are getting even better. It's not like they opening stuff up even more. I feel like it's kind of been the same, you know, even as the vaccines are coming. You got to understand, like, a lot of fighters is having a hard time making weight because we can't do our normal activities during the week of the fight. Like, during the week of the fight, you know what I mean? I probably would be with my gym mates. I would probably keep in contact with that special somebody just because I wouldn't want to be around her, because she's definitely going to feed me. and I would be with the bros more that would keep me on point and keep me on code. I mean, I could still control myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't, like, if y'all see me, I ain't fat at all, bro. This thing baggy on me, man. I used to fit in this thing good. I'm just on cold all the time. But like I said, boxers, we don't have our usual thing. Like the week of the fight, like I said, you would chill, probably do a little jogging. Yeah, you always have access to the gym and stuff, though, the pandemic, but you don't have access to a sauna. A lot of fighters rely on these sauna suits. And saunas, sorry, I didn't mean to say sauna suits. A lot of boxers rely on a sauna to get that last extra bit of excess weight off. So that was very crucial to a lot of boxers. So basically, all the sins that you probably were doing in camp that probably prohibited you from making the weight, all of those was washed away if you had a sauna, if you could get access to a sauna. But because a lot of them are closed down, because a lot of them aren't essential, a lot of people showing up this year not making weight. 20 and 2021, it's been really hard on us all. You know what I mean? Especially if you bring in kids into the world and stuff like that. A lot of old people or old timers and old trainers would tell you that will still be no excuse, you know, and things like that. But I got to give JoJo Diaz credit as a man. This is why I can't really indict him. You know what I mean? He admitted that he was wrong. He admitted, like, yeah, you know, wifey was pregnant. You know what I mean? I got Oreo wrappers in the cup holder in our car. That's what he said. He said, and if you was to go in my freezer, he said you would see a gang of ice cream sandwiches. And I said, damn, I would have been doing real bad, because everybody know Ack love ice cream. I'd have been doing bad. I ain't gonna front. See, that part I wouldn't have been doing so good when it came to the ice cream. I'm not gonna lie. But outside of that, I probably would have still ran and things like that, because, like I said, man, look how easily JoJo Diaz won. Look how easily he lost that world title. It was so hard for him to get it. Remember, he came up a little bit short against Gary Russell, even though I thought he did very good. And then he finally got the win over Tevin Farmer and became a world champion. You know, it's just like, you know, because he had that Olympic class with Earl Spence. So it's like, like to see how Earl just escalated, and then you looking at yourself and all the rest of y'all in the background. Marcus Brown, where he at? Who else came from that class? Marcus Brown. Only Earl and probably Jamal Heron are world champions out of that class. Technical difficulties. Sorry about that. But like I was saying, like, yeah, Jamal Heron and Earl, the only two that was champions. It was JoJo Diaz. But hopefully, you know what I mean, you can start, taking the craft even more seriously now. Start taking the craft even more seriously now. You got a kid that's on the way. The pandemic, I mean, you lost it on the scale. I know Tevin Farmer wanted his belt back. He wanted his rematch. So I don't know what's going to happen with that in the future. Maybe you should, take this time off and reflect and see if you should go up or if you should stay at 130. But with that being said, it's your boy Ack Reacher. I never steer you wrong. Court is now adjourned, and I'm out.